Hello, my name is Laura Castillo and my game is Where Did My Money Go? And this game is based on the Teaks for Personal Financial Literacy for 5th grade. Kids will be learning about gross income and net income and the differences between those. And we will begin by looking at an earnings statement, which is basically a paycheck stub, and I have kind of blown it up. This is something that each player will have. We will just pretend that they have started working at the Fun Flavors ice cream shop, and this is their very first paycheck. The squares that are highlighted in red is something that they will need to fill out. Also, the little squares in green over here. The squares in blue is information that I had provided for them. Basically, it's for them working 40 hours and they're being paid $12.50 an hour. And so their gross income is $500, and I labeled it over here. And we'll go through what gross income means, what the definition is. Basically, it's any money they have earned before any taxes or any deductions have been made. I also have a list of different deductions that may or may not be on everybody's paycheck, but just the basics ones, which are state tax withholding, Social Security tax, federal tax withholding, Medicare tax. Those are all involuntary deductions. Pretty much everyone gets them. And there's also some voluntary deductions part of the game, like, for example, savings deposit or a charity donation. The idea is that the participants will roll the dice, move their game piece through the board. Wherever they land, whatever square they land in, I will give them a card, and this will be the deduction that they must make from the $500. So, for example, the first card says your state tax withholding is $13.50, so they have to subtract $13.50 from $500, and they have to write it in the space provided on their earnings statement. And so the way I created the game board, they have to roll at least 4 times, even if they get all 6s on the dice, at least 4 times to get through from their first paycheck to cashing their check. That way, each player will at least have deducted their state tax, federal tax, Social Security, and Medicare tax, which is something that's very normal for every paycheck. And the longer the player stays on the board, the more money they will get deducted, because I also have cards that say a charity donation, and I have some that say a payment towards their education loan or a savings account, and there's also one for a retirement plan. And so the longer they stay on the board, more deductions will be made to their check. And finally, when they get to the cash their check with their little cube, they'll be able to cash their check. They'll make all those deductions from the $500 and figure out what their final amount is. And I have this blown up just blank check. It's an imitation check from Fun Flavors ice cream shop. And I will fill it out with the date and the amount and their name. And they'll see that what they actually cash is not the $500. It's less than that, which is their net income. And they'll be able to define on the back, kind of in their own words, define what gross income, net income, involuntary and voluntary deductions are. And that's basically the idea of my game. I will have a stack of cards for each player so that all of them get the same type of deduction, just in different amounts. Okay, thank you.